are people who have always existed as a nation within nations, pursuing their own interests while wearing the mask of citizenship. This transformation did not happen overnight. It crept forward gradually, first one concession, then another, still until a people who had been recognized as entirely foreign just 100 years before had obtained every right belonging to native Germans. The same pattern unfolded in economic life. As industry grew and masses of workers flooded into the cities, a new financial system arose. The stock exchange gained power over national economies. Banks extended their reach into every corner of commerce. And who stood at the center of this new financial order? I say to you plainly, it was not the German. The institutions of international finance operate according to principles entirely foreign to the German character. They serve interests that have nothing to do with the welfare of our people. Consider the difference between Western Europe and Central Europe. In England and France, the process of industrialization drew farm workers into the cities. But in those countries, the foreign element remained small in number, so small that they could blend into the population and escape notice. The ordinary Englishman encountered them only as fellow businessmen, as captains of industry, never recognizing them as something apart. This is why certain political ideas took root so easily in the West. When the masses cannot identify who truly guides them, they can be led to believe they are governing themselves. They call this system democracy. But what is democracy in practice? It is the rule of quantity over quality. It is the triumph of manipulation over wisdom. It is a system designed to ensure that the masses believe they are free while serving purposes they do not understand. Look at how this system operates. There are always two parties, sometimes three, who appear to oppose one another. The public watches them fight. When one party exhausts public patience, the other takes power, and the cycle repeats. The people believe they have made a choice. In reality, nothing has changed. The word freedom is constantly invoked. But what does freedom mean to those who rule? It means freedom to pursue their interest without interference. And what does freedom mean to the common man? He believes it means he can say what he likes and go where he pleases. He does not realize that the freedom to speak means nothing when the words that shape opinion are controlled by others. Germany's path has been different. Here, loyalty has traditionally centered on the person of the monarch, on the army, on the state. The German spirit resisted the corruption that infected the West. The peasantry remained healthy. The intellectual class remained German. When industry grew here, there existed the possibility that workers might unite with traditional German institutions rather than against them. This possibility represented a mortal threat to certain interests. If German workers had joined hands with German nationalists, if the energy of the industrial masses had been directed towards strengthening the nation rather than tearing it apart, then Germany would have become unconquerable. This is precisely what had to be prevented. And so the workers' movement was captured. The working class had legitimate grievances. Their labor built the factories and generated the wealth, yet they lived in poverty while others prospered. A genuine workers' movement, rooted in love of nation and people, could have transformed Germany for the better. Instead, the movement was steered in a different direction. It was given an international character. Workers were taught to see themselves not as Germans first, but as members of a global class whose interests conflicted with their own nation.
You Jews own the media then.
Of silence, in restless dreams I walked alone, narrow streets of cobblestone, neath the halo of a street lamp.
You're a good person. You love your friends and family, and you want everybody to have a good life. You want to enjoy things, and you want to make sure the world is a better place when you leave. You want to be left alone to pursue life, liberty, and happiness. You want the world to be full of justice, and you want to turn on the news and see that the world is a safe and good place that you have helped work to build. But there's a problem. They won't leave you alone. can't turn on the TV that they're not trying to sway you to some negative information. They're not trying to create fear or panic. There's not a time they're not sending you a bill for some device or energy that's created for free. There's no time that there's not a camera spying on you somewhere. They're sending Wi-Fi signals into your home, making you sick. They're telling you at every facet of every day that you must pay them a tax on everything you do. And you're trying to get ahead, and you just want to be left alone. And you learn that this is an age-old plan. It's been going on a long time. And the people behind it worship a different God than you worship. They worship Mammon, a God who is greed, who will take everything from everyone. They told you they were your friends, but they are really your enemy. And there is no part of your life that they have not infiltrated now. They rewrote your history. They caused your relatives and friends to go to war and die. They caused you to suffer. This has been going on from country to country to country. And like a parasite, they view you as a supply mechanism until you die and they move on to the next person. They are what causes good men and women to do terrible things. They've hidden our history, manipulated our media, and now they're trying to tell us how to live our lives. They've turned people into overly emotional fanatics for their cause. They've paid religious televangelists 30 pieces of silver to become Judas and sell you back to the scribes and Pharisees. And they did all this right under our noses. They fooled me, and they fooled you.
Reason to Believe reveals how a group of religious people hiding in the shadows has systematically hijacked nations. They covertly took over banking, media, politics, education, healthcare, organized crime, mainstream news, food production, and judicial and policing systems. They control the secret societies we are directed to look at as the cause of our misery. Most importantly, they hijacked the modern Christian church. As the Bible taught us in the last days, even the elect would be deceived if possible. They have erased actual history and replaced it with a fabricated one to hide the return of Christ that occurred and Satan's age of deception we are living in. Because of this deception, millions of people have gone to war for the against Christ, have been vaccinated with poisons, killed by medical treatments, poisoned by air, food, and water, radiated by Wi-Fi technology, and extorted by an illegal taxation system. Every aspect of our lives has been placed into a control grid they try to monetize. Almost every person's thoughts have been manufactured through advertising propaganda that used ancient forms of witchcraft and deception to control our innermost desires. For nearly 70 years, the Christian church was used as a weapon to dumb down believers to what has been going on. This best-selling has now awakened thousands of Christians and patriots to what and how it was done. Without this knowledge, every person on the planet could once again be fooled or forced to comply with another pandemic or false flag event to attempt to genocide the planet. No one in politics is coming to save us. They are already a captured flag. The church right now cannot save you, as it is also a capture flag. Just as some of the churches mentioned in the book of Revelation. The organized church, as you will see as a matter of fact, has joined against Christ. They continue to teach its congregation to pray for and support against Christ. This is a fact every prophet and believer must understand to help save the lost sheep gone astray. It is your absolute duty to learn this information and teach it to the world. The world you leave your sons and daughters will be determined by your choice right now. This is information you no longer can find on the internet. You need to know how they carry out their plans and teach others how to stop them. They will trick you without this knowledge. They are using knowledge from thousands of years of human manipulation, and you were never taught how it works. You will get to decide right now what you, your family, and your country's future will be. You can leave here and choose to go back to your life of denial and tell yourself you already are smart enough and don't need any help, or you can be truthful and take this guide as a training manual that will teach you the intellectual self-defense to cut through the propaganda, defend against the manipulation. This is for fixing every serious problem we face with feasible answers. You can no longer find this type of information on the internet. The books sold in mainstream outlets have been censored or banned. The speakers warning people have been kicked off the platforms owned by the Against Christ supporters. It is up to you. You can be a hero or a coward concerning the future our children face. That is something you will have to live with and face God for. And you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. There is an old saying that says you pay attention to what you pay for. This is why this helps support our mission to stopping the false Antichrist and their movement of deception. But we cannot do it alone. We need brave Daniels and Samsons, Marys and Ruths who will take a stand in the evil day. If you don't learn something important you never knew about this Antichrist system, we will give you your donation back. This is how serious we are about this information. We will inform you now. Prepare to be shocked by what you didn't get taught in life about how this system is being hijacked. Free yourself from the mental constraints and the war being waged against us. You have no idea how important you are in this spiritual event that is taking place. At this end of this, as a bonus, we have added information that gives factual evidence that you can use with unbelievers who don't believe in God or Jesus. Evidence they have never heard before that will leave them tossing in their beds wrestling with the truth. A tool to help you win lost souls to Christ. This is a spiritual military training in the battle as we wrestle against the spiritual wickedness in high places. This may be the most important you ever get in your lifetime. Invest in yourself, your family, and your country's future. Get started right now, don't wait another second.
Or, of course, you can go back to sleep. You can avoid this and just walk away. Pretend like it never happened or it doesn't exist, and let them plan the future of your children. The choice is yours. Hero or coward.